As we've been reporting, Trump administration officials are defending their participation in a group chat on encrypted messaging app Signal about a highly sensitive operation to bomb Houthi targets in Yemen. Prior to Wednesday's hearing, The Atlantic published screenshots and a fuller text chain that were sent in the group chat. Secretary of Defense Hegseth maintains nobody has been texting war plans and has denied sharing any classified information. CBS News national security contributor Sam Vinograd joins us now from Washington. So, Sam, the White House says this information wasn't classified. But if this information got into the hands of American adversaries, wouldn't it put American troops in danger?
Well, I have never seen an operational plan for a military strike that wasn't classified, Lindsay, because you want to avoid an adversary being able to get advance warning that a strike was coming. So if this information had gotten into the wrong hands, if it was exploited on signal, the Houthis could have had advance warning that these strikes were coming and could have been better prepared and potentially could have been better prepared to hurt the Americans that were conducting the strikes. But at a minimum, we have to take a step back here on this whole question of what's classified and what's not. This doesn't need to be a guessing game. There are procedures for investigations into whether there are unauthorized disclosures of classified or sensitive information that's often led by the FBI that should come into play here and to see what the original classification of the operational plan was that Hegseth was quoting from.
Well, some of the names released in the group chat are ones you'd expect. But according to the Atlantic Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, they were all present. Should all of the names have been there?
Well, I would argue that on a signal chat, there should be a very small group of people who have a need to conduct very specific, non sensitive planning only. So the fact that this was such a big group discussing such sensitive information is certainly a reason for concern. In my experience, Signal is authorized on government devices. Again, for very specific purposes, that does not include large group chats about sensitive information. So the group was definitely very large, but what they were discussing is even more problematic than the size.
During Wednesday's hearing, Sam, CIA Director John Ratcliffe denied releasing several pieces of classified information. Let's listen.
I did not transmit classified information. That reporter also indicated that I had released the name of an undercover CIA operative in that signal chat. In fact, I had released the name of my chief of staff, who is not operating undercover. That was deliberately false.
So according to the text, Ratcliffe did name the identity of an active intelligence officer. The Atlantic redacted the agent's identity. Any concerns there?
Well, certainly providing the name of an undercover officer on an unclassified platform is deeply problematic for that individual's security. The chat continued and no action was taken to contain any unauthorized disclosure of sensitive information.
All right, Sam Vinograd, thank you for your time.